Hello guys and welcome to Astrology Coaching by Anatoly. Today I decided to make a short video about Mercury Retrograde. It will be, it is live. It will be recorded live. So if you are watching now, you can ask your questions, but this is something like a fast video about Mercury Retrograde. As you probably know, on 25th of November, I think, Mercury will become retrograde, and it will be retrograde in the zodiac sign of Scorpio according to Vedic astrology. And it will be retrograde till 15th of December. Now I'm going to show you the movement of Mercury, and then I'm going to speak about a little bit about Mercury, what is Scorpio, and what you can expect for all the ascendant and all the moon zodiac sign according to Vedic astrology. Just to repeat again, this is Vedic astrology, and Vedic astrology is different from the Western astrology. Western astrology is using the tropical system, while Vedic astrology is using the sidereal system. So now I'm sharing my screen. This is just a random chart that you are checking now, and I'm going to change the ascendant and tell you what is going on with Mercury. But now I'm going to open the animated transits. So now this is 2nd of December. Let's go 25th of November. On 25th of November, okay, 25th depends on what time and where you are placed in the world. But let's say generally set around 20 on 25th, at the end of 25th, the beginning of 26th of November, Mercury will go retrograde at 28 degrees of Scorpio. 28 degrees of Scorpio is very specific zodiac, very specific degree, because it is at the end of the Scorpio. Some people say that this is one of the most dangerous. 28-29 degrees of the Scorpio is one of the most dangerous part of the Scorpio. It is very intense, it is very dangerous, it is full with emotions that can erupt immediately. And as you probably know, if you follow Vedic astrology, you know that at the end of every water zodiac signs, there is a part at the end of the water sign, beginning of fire sign, there is the Gandanta point, when we say that a planet is very weak and it is very dangerous. Gandanta means not, I think, and it is associated that it is related with drowning. It is related with not very strong position of this planet. So you have to be careful. You have to be very careful, especially if you're in the dasha, the planetary period of Mercury, and especially if you have planets around 28 degrees of Scorpio. So on 26th, as you can see here, on 26th, Mercury will go retrograde in the zodiac sign of Scorpio, and it will meet the sun, so it will become combust. But Mercury is used to the heat of the sun, so yeah, it's not the best thing, but it is always around the sun, so it's nothing unusual for Mercury. And it will be retrograde till 15th of December. It will go direct around 12 degrees of Scorpio. 12 degrees, so if you have any planets around 12 degrees of Scorpio, you can expect some kind of events depending on your ascendant, of course, and depending on your natal chart, and what kind of planets you have here, and which are the houses that Mercury rules for you. So around between 26th of November till 15th of December, Mercury will be retrograde in the zodiac sign of Scorpio. And now I'm just and now, and what is Scorpio? Scorpio is very deep zodiac sign. It is very intense. It is associated with death and rebirth. It is associated with transformation, occult, psychology, other people's money, inheritance. It is associated with sex, manipulation, charisma, with hidden information, with secrets, with obsession, with depth, with the mafia, for example. It is associated with something that is unknown, something that is under the ground. It is associated with the Scorpio zodiac sign is very mystical zodiac sign. It is very sexual. It can be very passionate, even violent sometimes. Scorpio is hidden. Scorpio is unseen. Scorpio is unknown. And when Mercury is there, this can mean a lot of things. Communication can be very intense. The feelings can be very intense. There can be some hidden information that goes public. There can be some miscommunication, especially. Of course, there can be really intense communication during this period. Mercury retrograde. What is Mercury? Just to start, what is Mercury? Mercury is the planet of communication, traveling, information, knowledge. Mercury is associated with humor too. And in my book, Vedic Astrology Easy and Simple, I have a special place where I discuss what is Mercury retrograde and what does Mercury retrograde cause. Mercury causes communication, causes problems with communication, problems with the information, problems with your own business, problems with the traveling, problems with transport and traveling with devices that are associated with communication. So definitely there can be some kind of problems with the communication, especially in this zodiac sign of Scorpio. You have to be very careful because the communication in Scorpio can become very passionate. Yeah, there can be problems associated with the signification of Scorpio. So now I'm going to tell you for each ascendant where is your sector, the house of your Scorpio. And you can expect events related with this house. Of course, as I always said, I'm saying in my videos that you have to know your natal chart, you have to know your dasha, because this is just a general predictions. And if you really want to know more information about how Mercury retrograde will influence you, you have to go to, we have to know your details. And this can, because through your details, you see your natal chart, your birth chart, and your birth chart brings more gives really more information about you and what you are, what you can expect. Of course, if you have any questions during this live, you can ask me in the chat. Meanwhile, you can check my books, Vedic Astrology is in Simple and Nakshatras in Vedic Astrology is in Simple. You can check my website, all the links for the consultations, all the links are in the link, all the links are below the video in the description part. So you can check them, and I have different consultations, or you can check my online course for Vedic Astrology for beginners. It is pre-recorded with pre-recorded videos. You can watch them and then and learn Vedic Astrology for beginners. I mean, for beginning level. So let's start with ascendant. As you can see, this is ascendant Aries, and according to, for all people who have ascendant Aries or moon in Aries, your Mercury retrograde will be in your 8th house. The 8th house is the house of transformation, hidden knowledge, hidden world, hidden information, secrets. This is the natural house of the Scorpio. So you have to be a little bit more careful. There can be some miscommunication. If you have any secrets, you have to be more careful because people can learn about your secrets. if you have if you work with money that other people's money, you have to be careful too. So there can be some problems with the communication, problems with the information, problems with traveling, and especially if you travel with your in-laws or if you communicate with your in-laws, there can be some issues. For all people who have Taurus ascendant, Mercury retrograde will be in your seventh house. This is the house of your business partners, your partner, your marriage partner. So you have to be careful here. There can be some issues. There can be some try not to quarrel, try not to argument with your spouse, and people from your past can appear in your life. For all people who have Gemini ascendant, Mercury retrograde will be in your sixth house. This is the house of your daily routine, of your way of eating, daily life, colleagues. So you have to be careful. Don't start new diet now. Try to go inwards. Try to think about to plan it. And after 15th of December, you can go and changing your daily life or daily habits and routine. For all people who have Cancer ascendant, you have difficult now period because Mars is debilitated in your ascendant. Then it will be retrograde too, and you have Mercury retrograde in your fifth house. This is you have to be careful how you communicate with your children, with your dating people, dating life, love and romance. There can be some miscommunication. People from the past can appear in your life, especially the people who you were dating previously in your life. For all people who have Leo ascendant, Mercury retrograde will be in your fourth house, the house of mother, home, homelands. Don't buy devices from home at this time, or if you buy some kind of devices, it is good to read very well how to use them and keep the guarantee, because maybe you can turn them back, or there can be some issues with delivering, or some kind of issues related with home, homeland, mother communication and devices. For all people who have Virgo ascendant, Mercury will be retrograde in your third house. Third house is the natural house of communication. And when Mercury is retrograde in the house of communication, there can be problems with communication. Be careful how you speak with other people, especially siblings, neighbors, close relatives. If you travel, you have to be careful too, because there can be some problems with the traveling. For all people who have Libra ascendant, Mercury retrograde will be in your second house. This is the house of your family resources. There can be some problems with your savings, with your money. There can be problems with communicating with your family. So you have to be careful about that. For all people who have Scorpio ascendant, Mercury will be retrograde over your ascendant. This is important period where you don't have to do big changes in your life. Just plan them, see how it goes, and then you should go forward in your life. Don't do any big changes at this point. For all people who have Sagittarius ascendant, Scorpio, Mercury will be in your 12th house. If you travel, you have to plan everything before 25th of November. You have to be careful when you're traveling and when you're speaking with people from foreign lands. For all people who have Capricorn ascendant, Mercury will be retrograde in your 11th house, the house of income, the house of friends, social circles. I was thinking something else for social circles. So you have to don't change your job now. Try if you can quarrel. You don't argue with your friends, with your social circle, with people from your organizations. You have to be careful how you communicate with other people. For all people who have Aquarius ascendant, Mercury will be retrograde in your 10th house, the house of career. So this is not the best time for asking for promotions. If you have any projects, there can be delays. And for all people who have Pisces ascendant, Mercury retrograde will be in the 9th house. There can be some problems with the education, traveling, problems with the communication with the father. So these are the main characteristic of Mercury retrograde. Of course, just remember that everything depends on your natal chart. Everything depends on your dasha. If you are in the planetary period, the dasha planet of Mercury, then you can feel the Mercury retrograde for sure. Just you have to know, of course, your natal chart, and then you can see what is going on in your what will happen in your life. Okay, this was very fast live. Sorry I didn't inform previously, just I wanted to, I'm not good with lives and planning lives, so so thank you for watching and see you soon.